Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here, and welcome to It Belongs in a Museum, to which you should dutifully reply, so do you. I know, I do. I'm getting old and not getting any younger. Maybe someday I will be a museum exhibit, but I doubt it. So anyway, Ryan, I hit the like button. Have you? Oh, nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Luke Shira says, hello all. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, today is a little bit of a whirlwind because the rest of the week here is going to be sparse here on the flip side. Now, I'm going to endeavor to do some shorts while I'm gone, but I'm going to be taking a course over on the other side for some basic water systems knowledge, and that's going to pull me away from my duties here at the flip side. So what we've got set up, I've already got loaded up for everyone. The top 5 location games on Friday morning. That's going to go live at 10 p.m. Pacific time. I'm sorry, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then the bottom 5 will go up at the very same time over on the Dice Tower. So those are already done, edited, and uploaded and ready to go for Friday. Saturday morning, we should be good to go for a live Q&A. No worries at all there. Because I'll be back Friday afternoon, evening. We will have Steamers West game night Friday night. So if you were planning on coming to that, continue to plan to do that. I'll be meeting you guys there. But tomorrow and Thursday, we're not going to have anything going up. Now, tomorrow on the Dice Tower, I am going to have my top 20 games that I have reviewed on the flip side. So I'm doing a little cross promotion there. Yeah. And so I'm going to do my top 20 games that I have reviewed here on the flip side. I did one of those, I believe, here a while ago, like a top 10. But I have reviewed 61 games here on the flip side, 61 or 62 games here on the flip side. And so I figured now was a good time to do that. And since I didn't get a review recorded, reviews are a little bit easier to, top 10 lists are a little bit easier to edit than reviews are. And top 10s are easier to shoot. But I still have that obligation that I made to the Dice Tower to have a video go up tomorrow. So this is what I have done. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to be recording that. That's going to go up on the Dice Tower tomorrow. So you can look for that. But as far as tomorrow and Thursday here on the flip side, oh, and Friday, except for the top 5, we won't have a live stream on Friday afternoon because I'll be traveling. So I won't be able to do that. But I'm doing the best I can to keep, all the balls in the air. That makes any sense. So what's here? What's up? Jeff C is here. What's up, everybody? Hi, Sam. Hello, Micah. Good to see you. Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, maybe. I'll take it. Ryan, we've already said hello. Peter Rowan, we've already said hello to you. Good to well, no, I haven't. I'm saying hello to you right now. Good to see you, Peter. Scott is here. Yo, what's up? I agree. It's hard to believe Sam is so awesome. Wow, Ryan, that is amazing. I feel that's a little cheeky, though. Anyway, good to see everyone. Eric, I sent you an email. So make sure you read that email. And that's good to go. All right. So what we're doing here today, I'm actually in a really good mood right now because I think all of our sprinkler system woes have been taken care of. Now, I know that things can happen with pipes that are underground at almost any given time. depending upon water pressure and all this other kind of stuff, and hairline fractures that get blown out. I get it. But right now, all of the sprinklers in our sprinkler system for the lawn finally work. And at this moment in time, there are no leaks. Yes, it's amazing. But the crew is packing up right now, and they are about to head out with their job being done. So I'm in a super good mood right now, and I've had a good morning as well. Got some stuff done that I needed to get done. Still have a lot of other stuff that I need to get done, so I'm not even close to being there. But so far, so good. So what, right? I repair sprinklers as part of my living. Yes, something can always break. I know, Peter. I know. It's been a week and a half of, all right, we fixed that. Oh, crap, that just broke. Oh, yeah, great, we fixed that. Oh, no, what's that over there? So it's like, it's been about a week and a half of, and I'm not the only job that they're working on. So the foreman has been, you know, the owner of the contracting business has been kind of floating between a couple of different job sites. But another cool thing about it is that he is a very trustworthy individual, and he's the kind of guy, and his crew are the kind of guys that we are comfortable giving them the code to our home, you know, our alarm system, because we trust him that way, and he's always been very trustworthy. He's always been full of integrity, and that's been a cool thing as well to work with him. So Chi Construction, Scott George is his name. If you are up here in the valley, or if you are in this neck of the woods, whatever it might be, and you need some work, look him up. He is a good man, and his crew works hard too. So wanted to give them a thumbs up. Yeah, like I can read. How else do you think I win prizes, Bushman? He called him a suck up. That's awesome. Just stopping in to say hi. Well, hello, Vanessa. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, even if it's only for a bit. My pleasure, buddy. No leaks. Tell my pants that. That's TMI. That's TMI, Eric. We don't want to know that. Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. They make adult diapers. They do. They do make adult diapers for that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. There are two games that we're going to go over today, just like normal. Two games. And the first one, okay, let me go through the spiel here real quick to bring everybody up to speed. I think everybody that's in the chat here is savvy on what's going on. But if there's somebody there that's just lurking and you don't know exactly what's going on, we're going to go over two games that are older games. And that just means that they are 5 years old or older. And, you know, games that are just basically not in the limelight anymore. They're not being talked about by hardly anybody anymore because they've just fallen outside of that window of being, you know, cult of the new or cult of the what I like to talk about, you know, whatever. So we're going to talk about a couple of games that way. But to make it a little bit more fun, we like to do a giveaway. And what that giveaway entails is we're going to have a little bit of a game before each of the games that we're going to talk about. And that's basically going to be a guessing game. So what I'm going to do is give you a couple of clues. And usually the first two clues are the year it was produced and a couple of mechanisms that it employs. And then you can use your BGG Foo or your Google Foo or whatever it is to try to find out what game we're going to be talking about based on the clues that I give you. And if those first couple of clues, well, Ryan's here. It's probably, he's probably just going to be able to say what it is before we actually do it. I don't know. I think he might have a surveillance equipment somewhere in my house because he is like Johnny on the spot with correct answers. Anyway, maybe the game is to beat Ryan. Maybe that's going to be it. But anyway, the first person to guess correctly what game we're going to go over on each game is going to get a surprise package from the Flipside. And basically that surprise package will have a sticker that you can put on your coffee mug that looks pretty much just like that. And it's going to have some other kind of board gaming related thing in it, whether it's a game or it's an expansion or it's some type of accessory or whatever it might be. Who knows? So that's what we do here on the Flipside for It Belongs in a Museum. And so let's get to it. All right, so here we go. First game that we're going to go over here is, I'm going to make sure that's cleared out. All right, it was produced in 2017. 2017. Okay, for those kids who are paying attention, that was 8 years ago at this point. Can you imagine? It makes me feel old, but this game is only 8 years old, so it's not incredibly old, but it's old enough to be kind of outside of the window of being covered by a bunch of different content creators at any given point in the day. And that's what we kind of do here. We just shine that limelight back on this box for just a little bit. So it was 2017 as far as the year it was produced. And a couple of the mechanisms. First of all, we have area majority / influence. Area majority / influence. And the second one is going to be... area majority influence and income. Those are two mechanisms that are used by this game that was produced in 2017. So now you have your two clues, and now I'm going to click back over to our live stream and see that Ryan has produced the correct answer. Correctorally? I may have said something like that. That sounds like something stupid I would say. That happens to games from a few months ago. Yeah, right? That's the unfortunate thing. Anyone never won before? I made it. I will be in and out. Good to see everyone. Good to see you too, Victoria. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What Ryan says. Get off my land. Nope, that's not correct. Oh, dang, dude. Jeff did it. Jeff beat Ryan. How did Ryan... where is Ryan? Did somebody do something with Ryan? All right, so yes, Jeff C., you are the man, the myth, the legend. And has somebody done something with Ryan? Because I don't see anything in here from him. Oh my goodness, TI4. Oh, not only were you incorrect, you were also late, Eric. So Jeff nailed it. Jeff's 3713 said Imhotep. No. Pendragon, the Fall of Rome and Britain. No. Good job, Luke. I guess. Tapestry. No. Good choice, Peter, but no. Spirit Island. Ooh. Eric actually guessed something other than TI4. That's quite amazing. Good job, dude. Had an extra coffee this morning. Oh, wait. Hooray for another Jeff. That's funny. Ryan thought it was 11:30 p.m. No, Ryan's here. He says, I hit the like button already. He is here. So somebody did something with Ryan. Somebody go check on him. I want some of that coffee. What label is it? Well, this coffee is Black Rifle Coffee Company. That's what that is. All right, but photosynthesis. This is a unique, if I can put it that way, a unique nature-themed game in that you're trying to grow up your grove of trees, but you're also at certain points having to cut them down in order to make way for new ones. So it's actually very naturalistic, if I can put it that way, because it encompasses the entire life of a tree, from growing it to it needing to be cut down to make room for other life. So there you go. No one check. No one check. So photosynthesis. To be part of nature's blossom and indulge in the sun's benefits, you need to plant your seeds, stock up on sunlight while avoiding the shade, grow and expand your own tree variety to impose it as the most respected in the forest. So that's pretty much what's going on here. I don't know why I have... that's interesting. I never even noticed this. This is a copy that we got in on the Dice Tower, but it had... I swear to you, I've never seen this. Underneath it says preview sample. It says preview sample on this. So this is a pre-production copy of the game, it looks like. I never noticed that. That is wild. Anyway, there you have it. Let's get down to the table and take a look. So with that being said, I guess I have to yeah, it still has this in there. Oh, that's great. Owned by Tom Vazel. No longer, and it's spelled wrong. Oh, man. Maybe I had too much coffee this morning, because this stuff is making me crack up. But, okay, so I guess it is very much a pre-production copy, because this is not how regular rule books are going to look. So we're not even going to take time doing that. So I guess I need to say this right now. The contents of this box may not be the same as what you get in a regular copy of the game. And very much so, this is what it looks like. So, all right, so just take that with a grain of salt. And yeah, I'm going to have to do some, looks like I might have to do some, so this needs to go over here. There it is. So anyway, we'll get this together in just a second here. That is super funny. Oh man, I had no clue that this was a preview copy, but there you have it. Wonders will never cease. We'll take a look at these in just a few moments. I just want to set the board up so you can see what the board looks like, and we'll go from there. So what you're trying to do on this game, I got some smudge on there, yuck. Anyway. Wow. Wonder when this was played last and who did it and left all this junk all over the board. Gross. All right, so anyway, you have this board right here, which is basically your grove. And then you're going to have the sun out here. And the sun is basically going to move from one corner of the board like so. So the sun is over here and it's shining this direction, and then it's going to click over here. I'm sorry, it'll click over here like this first, and then it's shining from this direction, and then it'll click over here, and now it's shining from this direction, and so forth and so on. And the sun will move around the board like that, right? And so what you also have is all of these different trees. And so like this is the green people. So we have some big trees that are out here. And then you also have, this is like the small ones. And then you have regular sized like so. And you have all of these trees out here that are part of your grove, so to speak. And you're going to be adding these things in over the course of the game. And so the way you're able to do that is by using your sunlight, okay? And that's over here like this as well. And so your sunlight is your income. You're trying to bank sunlight as you're going through the game, and whether or not you're let's just put this over here real quick. And I'm using a lot of, I haven't played this game in a while, so I may have some of the rules that are a little wonky. But if the sun's shining over here and you have this right here in front of this, so if you have this guy that when the sun's this way, this guy's not getting any sunlight. And you're not going to be able to bank any sunlight from this situation. But if you have something like this, this guy is going to be getting some sun, and this guy is going to be getting some sun. Furthermore, this guy, since he's a level 2, will cast a shadow on this one and this one. And then, you know, for example, this guy, 1, 2, 3, you're going to get all of them. But if this guy's here, he's blocking, his shadow blocks both of these here. So it's just a really neat mechanism. But when the sun gets over here and is now shining light this way, as long as there's not anything in front of this, you're going to get a lot of sunlight this way. But that's just how that kind of works. And you're trying to reach a certain number of points, I believe. Object of the game, use your light points, collect scoring tokens, and proportional to the richness of the soil on which the trees grew. So you're collecting light points based upon where all of these are. So trees that are planted in here are going to be able to get 3, 2, and 1, and so forth and so on. Let me see what Game End has here for you, just so I can let you know. After all players have taken a turn, the first player token is passed on to the next player. That's the end of the round. End of the game. The game ends when the sun has completed 3 revolutions around the board. There you go. And then whoever has the most sunlight, I believe, is the winner. And then there are some tiebreakers as well. But one of the reasons I thought this was interesting was because, first of all, you have different trees that are part of your cadres. So you have all these different trees. And when you have these different trees out, it really, really looks neat. When you have all of these different kinds of trees out on the board. And it just looks incredibly diverse, if I can use that word properly. But, let me see, let me get another, that's not a, there's the big one. No, that's the same size. There's the big one. There it is. Boom. So you kind of get the idea of how aesthetically pleasing this game is once it is, you know, full bore. But I really enjoy this game a lot, and it still blows my mind that this is a sample. I've had this game in my collection for so long, and I am just now realizing that it is a pre-production copy. But that's funny. Still a really fun game, very enjoyable. But it's one of those games that was just very unique when it came out. Each person also has their own player board as well. So you have green. I don't even know what Vanessa could help. The green trees, which are those? Blue trees, which are pines, I guess, or something to that effect. Yellow trees, and orange trees. So Vanessa, educate us. Anyway, I've really enjoyed this game, and it's one that's stayed in my collection for quite some time. And at this point, I'm actually going to probably try to find a production copy now, because I never knew. I never realized. I mean, maybe I did. I've just forgotten over the years, but I've never realized that this was a pre-production copy, a sample copy. Never knew it. Never realized it. It's a good production pre-production copy, that's for sure. But anyway, that is Photosynthesis. I'm a dork. That's just the best way to say it. Let's see here. So what we need to do here is Jeff needs to, has he already picked, or is he just going to take it? Either way is fine. I have no dog in that fight. Evergreen is less mean. Ah, really? I've played Canopy Evergreen, and it's significantly mean, meaning that, you know, you can definitely take stuff that other people want and go where they want to go and all that kind of stuff. Both are stupid games. Does anyone have an opinion between Photosynthesis and Evergreen? That is very helpful, Eric. Evergreen is better because Photosynthesis is too long for what it is as a game. That's valid. Usually helpful and Eric aren't used in the same sentence. Flashlight that moves around. I'll take it, thanks. No worries, Jeff. All right. So, Jeff, again, I know I already have your information, but send me another email just so that I can have that as a tickler that we need to get you something, okay? So that is photosynthesis. Is that out of the... No, it's not. Let me go ahead. Oof. We'll put that over here so I can reach it again. All right, it's been a long time since I've played, but from what I remember, the blue trees are spruces, the oranges are oaks, the green are maples, and the yellow are aspens. Canopy Evergreen is a different game than Evergreen. Oh, you know what? You're right. Because Canopy was the original game, and then Canopy Evergreen is the one that came on top of that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Evergreen is based on photosynthesis. Oh, okay then. Now I'm more interested in it then. Okay. All right, so we've got Jeff C. Going to take the prize for that, as he should, as the worthy combatant. All right, so Svartson, Jan Roger Peterson, hello, good to see you. Chris Mayfield is here, welcome, welcome. Just trying to catch up here for those that I might have missed earlier. This is what happens on a grab and dash. Grab and dash. No, it's not a grab and dash. You know, if we had found that and I didn't used to work for the Dice Tower, you're absolutely correct. But that's not what happened. I think I've said hello to everybody else. So good to go. All right, next. Our next, let me go ahead and close this window and we'll go here. All right, this one is a little bit newer. It is only 6 years old, having been published in 2019, 2019. And the second clue is that it is a cooperative game. And there is a modular board. All right, so modular board, cooperative game, 2019. Those are your two clues. Hit it. It's okay when it's board game embezzlement. It's not board game embezzlement. That's funny though. I'm gonna look for it now because I like the game that much. I've kept it. So that means I should probably go ahead and go pick up a copy of it. Atlantis Rising. All right, that's kind of freaky, Jeff. That's really freaky, Jeff. How did you do it again right out of the gate? I don't understand how this happened. All right, so for this one, Jeff just won again. I'm going to ask Jeff to find somebody else in the chat to give this second winnings to. I usually like to spread it out and have other people win as much as I can. I don't mind that you're doing well on the guessing. Don't get me wrong at all. But I do like to have two people win every week. So that's how that goes. Anyway, Last Bastion. This is a game that I own. This is a game I said first. You did? No, you didn't. A flashlight that moves around the board. Here to please. You didn't say anything first, Eric. It wasn't Atlantis. It wasn't Scythe. It wasn't Cloudspire. It's Last Bastion, which is what this is. And again, I don't know how Jeff, maybe Jeff is Ryan today. I don't have any idea. But Tainted Hail. Never heard of Tainted Hail. Is that like a game about really bad storms? I know you meant Tainted Grail, but I just had to make that stupid joke. Buzzing on caffeine, Jeff says. That is not correct. Oh, never mind. All right, Chapter Chasers Book Club. What's up? What's up? Just a reminder that this is Mom Gamer. I know, Mom Gamer. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Robert M says was going to guess Zombicide Invader, but saw it was still on the shelf. Yep. Dang, Jeff. Victorium, I don't have this. I have heard of this game. I don't have. I have heard of this. Okay, I'm thinking that you've heard of this game, but you don't have it. Darn, I was convinced it was going to be Hedgehog Roll. Yeah, probably not. Homeschool Jim over Got to Run. Have a good one. See you later. Have a good one, Chris. Anybody want it? Just forgot to type it. Or hasn't had one before. This is a good game. Whoever wins it hopefully enjoys it. Well, okay, we don't... here's the thing. We don't actually give away the game that we're going over, Mom Gamer. We just send them a surprise package. So I'm keeping these games in my collection. I'm just going over them to show them off because they don't have the limelight anymore. But I usually send out something else. We don't send out the games that we talk about. But that's a good one. One before, yeah, right, Eric. Would never have guessed that game. My kids love Hedgehog Roll. Yeah. All right, well, here's the thing. This is a hard game, and it is it is a re-implement of Ghost Stories by Antoine Bauza. This is also by Antoine Bauza, but this is basically a re-theme of Ghost Stories to have this like tower defense type game that's going on, and and I don't really like Ghost Stories because of how difficult it is, but this has and I've shown it before, but I've never actually gone over the game itself, I don't think. So that's what we do on this stream. So why, if I don't like the game, why would I keep it? And I'm about to show you why. Artwork is done by two people here. Let me get the second person's name. Nastya Lane and Piero Laloon. Piero Laloon is a guy that I've had the opportunity to meet. He's a great guy. We've kept in very light contact over the years. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but it's just the way it is. And that's the connection of why I still have this game in my collection. It is not a bad game, don't get me wrong. It's just that I feel like it's a little bit too difficult, and I like cooperative games to be a challenge, but while they are challenging, I also want the hope of winning. And I found with Ghost Stories and with Last Bastion, the hope of winning is less. Now, I have heard people say that they don't have a problem winning Ghost Stories or Last Bastion or whatever, and you're just smarter than I am then. Fact of the matter. And I'm fine with that. But the connection to the artist is why I've kept this one, because I got back to the booth one time at Essen, and this was, Piero was at the booth, the Dice Tower booth at Essen, and he hands me this box. And he proceeds to open it and says, check out the inside of the box. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and check out the inside of the box here. And we'll look at the other stuff just like normal. But almost back to the shop. Catch you later. See you later, Vanessa. Never ever won a game of Ghost Stories, but I continue to play it for some reason. Liked Ghost Story theme better. Okay, cool. What camera were you using? I used my phone camera, and I think I am due to get a camera soon. I am using a couple of Panasonic's HCX 1000s. That's what I use for both cameras in my studio. I do use my iPhone from time to time, and people love it when I do that. It makes them go back to their motion sickness medication. But everybody is smarter. Yes, I know. Everybody is, Eric. I know. Who would fight by jumping out of the tower? I'm pretty sure that Dwarf Barbarian would. I'm pretty sure that's how he would do that, because that's just how Dwarf Barbarians roll. But anyway, so Jeff, we need to find a person to win. All right, that's the job that you have, Jeff. So while I am going to be going over this, I'm going to be away from chat. So Jeff, you need to find somebody to win for us. All right, this is the reason why I have kept to this game and this specific copy of the game, and it is right here. This is a picture that was drawn, of course, on the inside of the box for me specifically by the artist Piero, and I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of this game because of this artwork. I just appreciated the generosity for Piero to take the time to do that, and I just really, you know, forever the one-man army of the tower. Thanks for everything with respect and friendship. That's just a very touching thing, and I've very much appreciated his generosity for doing that. So I'm never getting rid of this game, period, end of discussion. But that's why I keep this game. So we'll keep that right over here, just so that you can have kind of a reminder while we go over everything else. So there are different this is a score sheet, so that you can keep track of your wins and your scores and who is the players and all of that other kind of stuff. Here is the rule book. And I like stuff like this that shows you kind of like a sketch of what the artwork was before it got added all the color and everything to it. So that's cool stuff. Anyway, you have the components lists here, and then you get into the actual setup. It is aesthetically pleasing as far as how it looks on the board. I do enjoy that about it. Piero is a great artist, and I'm not familiar with the other person's work, but them together, they made a very neat looking game. So there's a bunch of things about heroes phases and the specifics for the heroes and all that kind of stuff. End of the game and so forth. Different ways that you can play the game with, you know, fewer than 4 players and so forth. So that is the rule book. Then you have the power descriptions of the hero boards. So this is just kind of like a quick reference sheet for all of that stuff there. And then you have the actual components that are in here, a little advertisement. So you have different boards. So you have a yellow board, a green board, a red board, and then a blue board. All right, and they all have different effects as things are showing up on them. But that's one part. Then you also have the different people that you can be. So you have Mylfar, half-elf bard. You have Kazgan, a dwarf berserker. See, I told you. Then you have Tegan, a human priest. And again, the artwork is just amazing. Then you have Arn and Soko, a human falconer. So Arn is the human and Soko is the falcon. Then you have Sindara, a human paladin. Then you have Feng Li, a human battle mage, like so. Twindali, an elf crossbowman. And I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to put it down here. And then you have Elmer and Chestnut, a halfling wanderer. And those are all of the different people that you can be in the game. And so that's pretty cool. Then you have cards that I believe are out of place. But you have a bunch of parts of the tower, basically. So the way the game's going to get set up, if I remember correctly, and it's been a while, but you're going to have this kind of set up like so. Okay. Is that going to be on the table? Yeah, it is. Good. So this is going to show up like this, and then you've got this down here like so. All right, so that's going to be set up like that. And then these things are going to be set up around the board like so. Kerbrink, kerbrink. And there might be a specific way that these are supposed to be set up, but I don't believe so. I believe that you can just set them up however you wish. But this is going to be over here like that. And then inside, I believe, you know, if I only had some a setup thing here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, grid of 9. So you're going to have these different areas, and I believe it's supposed to be, you know, try to get it right side up for you guys. So these will be set up like this. And again, like I said, it's a super, maybe this is supposed to be in the center. I don't know. But you have all these things set up here. Oop, set that up the wrong way. That's in there like that. And I need one more. But there we go. Boom. All right, so this is how the game looks set up, and then you're going to have on you're going to have these be your player boards as well. All right, so that's basically how that goes, and then you're going to have different cards that do different things, and there'll be different attacks and so forth and so on. And it's, man, I actually want to play this game again after I look it up. And that is right there, folks. That is the thing about a awesome game. You also have some really bad dudes. These are bad dudes, but you have really bad dudes as well. But, you know, when you have a game, even though I know that I have disliked this game because of how hard it is, when it looks good, you're like, man, I really want to play that game again. And I probably will. Might as well. If I'm not getting rid of it, I'm probably going to play it. But we'll have to see. The dogs next door are going nuts, so somebody must be out in the yard. What time is it? Yeah, 12:14. Who knows? Anyway, I just wasted time putting all those the right direction. And here are some player aids. You have, you know, game aid. You have horde phase first, and then you have a hero phase. So there you have it. These are the player aids. So we'll put one face up, one face down, and then you have really bad dudes. And this one, really bad cards. Wow. Archdaemon of Torment, the Abyssal Queen. So just some of the artwork you can be seen. Orcish Machinery, the Banshee Queen, Bloody Mistress, that's nasty. Mother of Swarms, the Draco Lich, the Howling Lich, the Dream Eater, and the Armored Giant. So these are all of the really bad dudes. So, but you get the idea, yeah? I mean, maybe not. That was a poor representation, but that's okay. These, now, another thing that this has is custom dice, and they are engraved. They don't have stickers on them, so that's a pretty cool thing. Then you also have these are pretty cool pieces as well. I believe they are just meant to be tracks. think they go here or something like that. I don't know. I forget. Then we have, for people who need, you know, for keeping track of which miniature is them, you have this, and then you also have a lot of different stuff here, but you also have miniatures for all of the people. So again, here is the halfling and his horse, and here's Feng Li, and the female paladin. I can't remember their names. I don't remember what, that's probably a bard, since they have that. Here is the falconer, the elf crossbowman, the dwarf, in other words, my character, and the, looks like the priest. But so those are pretty cool miniatures, and it's one of those things where it's really cool. The components are awesome, and all of the things that are in here are awesome to use as well. So that's just kind of like a netting and health markers for everybody. So it's a great little game, and so that's maybe one of the reasons why I still own it. But at the same time, it's also one of those things where I own it because of what the artist did for me. In that, that's not. Where does this guy go? Here. There we go. This person is up here. That person is right there. And then we have this person right there. This goes back in here. And it's also a good storage solution too, because that fits right into the box. Has a lid. Where did I put the lid? Hello. There it is. So that lid goes on there just like that. Then you do have some stuff that's in the bottom here. All of these things go in there, along with these things in here, and that goes in there like that, just on the bottom. And this sits right on top, like so. And then, oh wait, those probably go over there, along with these. So I'm just kind of showing you how everything goes back in. We can put those on top there, like so. Then we have, I believe, all of these come back out. And these will go in here like that. I do like showing how things go back into the box, because I do like showcasing how everything looks good. Looks like these will go in here just like that, and then these will come out. And I like to try to keep them the same direction because I'm a dork. This goes in there just like that, and then you have all of these just like this. And that's pretty much how everything goes back into the box. This will go in there. We'll have score, power descriptions, rule book. I will make sure I am putting things back in there properly. I did not keep all of the punch boards, so it doesn't sit up there very nicely, but I do keep it stored horizontally. So hopefully it doesn't mess up that much. But that is that. I have Last Bastion and Photosynthesis for today. So there you have it. Looks like, let's see. Let's go with Micah for the second one. You got it. Kevin Costner's delivering it. If he brings it to me, finish FedEx. Let's see. Broken Beard, what's up, what's up? Is this one as difficult as the Ghost Stories version? I have heard that it is. I mean, I've heard other things. I've heard that it is not, but I know that it's based on the same system. So I don't know why it wouldn't be as hard as Ghost Stories. Looks like Sam's picture inside the box lid. It is. Picture's prettier. It is. The artist Piero did it. That is correct. You're welcome, and thanks again to Sam. You are welcome. Wow, I missed the beginning. That is very cool. Yes, it is. That's one of the only reasons why I've kept it, PK, is because of that artwork on the middle of it. Now, having looked through it again, I do have a desire to play this game again, so maybe we'll get it to, we'll play it live here in the near future so that we can share that with the rest of y'all. All right, well, I'm out of here. I gotta get to recording and editing a top 10 to go up on the Dice Tower tomorrow, and that's going to take some time. So I need to get to it because I gotta leave at about 3 o'clock today for my trip over to the other side. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Thank you, Jeff, for participating. Thank you, Micah, for participating. Thank you, everybody, for participating. But congratulations to Jeff and Micah as the winners. So both of you, I know I have your information already, but both of you, please send me another email so that I have that tickler file working, and we'll get that to you as soon as possible. It's probably going to be the weekend before I actually get that in the mail. So thanks for joining us. We certainly appreciate you guys being here. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care. Bags of Strider's lawn gifts. No, I won't do that. That's amazing.